messed up. You should have let me finish CM Punk.
Holy hell, Roman Reigns just turned Raw upside down with a return that nobody saw coming. Fresh off the chaos of Money in the Bank 2025, the Tribal Chief stormed back into WWE not alone, but with two mysterious masked allies that left fans in shock in the locker room, in fear. Seth Rollins and Paul Heyman had barely finished celebrating their controversial MITB victory when the lights went black, and what followed was pure carnage. Reigns didn't just show up. He came to reclaim his throne, confront betrayal, and unleash a new Shield that may be more dangerous than ever before. The unthinkable. Tribal Chief returns with dark new allies. The arena was buzzing with anticipation, but no one was prepared for the sight that greeted the WWE Universe. Roman Reigns appeared at the top of the ramp, an imposing figure draped in black, his presence commanding every inch of the arena. But it wasn't just Roman. Flanking him were two towering, enigmatic figures, their identities hidden behind the iconic, sinister black tactical masks, reminiscent of the original Shield's legacy, but with a menacing new edge. Their slow, deliberate stride down the ramp echoed like a war march, sending chills through the crowd. These masked warriors moved with eerie synchronicity, the tension in the air thick enough to cut with a knife. As they entered the ring, all eyes were on their prey, none other than Mr. Money in the Bank, Seth Rollins, and his cunning new master manipulator, Paul Heyman. The fall of a faction. Heyman and Rollins targeted, since Seth Rollins' controversial Money in the Bank victory, masterminded by Paul Heyman's cunning faction, WWE's balance of power felt shaken. Rollins, brazen and cocky, strutted through the roster like a man who had it all. But Roman Reigns' absence had been strategic. This was no retreat. It was the calm before a violent storm. The Tribal Chief's return was a signal, a reminder that the throne he once ruled was not yet lost. Tonight, Roman came back with two devastating new allies to reclaim his crown and settle the scores with the man who once stabbed him in the back. As Rollins basked in his arrogant victory speech, the arena suddenly plunged into darkness. The tension was palpable as the crowd held their breath. Then haunting and familiar chords struck the speakers, the unmistakable theme of the Shield, but twisted into a darker, more ominous remix. The stage was set. A dark symphony. The new Shield revealed lights flickered back on, and there stood Roman Reigns at the top of the ramp, flanked by the two masked figures. The crowd erupted in a mixture of cheers and stunned silence, anticipation crackling like static in the air. As they stormed the ring, Paul Heyman's face drained of color, the usually unshakable mastermind now visibly shaken. Seth Rollins tried to mount a defense, but the new Shield members moved with a terrifying precision, like a well-oiled machine of destruction. They dismantled Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed with brutal efficiency, their strikes sharp and unforgiving. Roman's cold gaze locked onto Rollins as he grabbed him by the throat, lifting the Money in the Bank briefcase high for all to see before dropping it hard onto Rollins' chest. "You should have cashed in while you had the chance," Roman growled, his voice low and deadly. Heyman's nightmare. The faction faces. Its greatest threat, Paul. Heyman, normally the picture of calculated calm, was visibly rattled, realizing his faction may have just met its match. His new alliance, once a dominant force with Seth Rollins, Braun Breaker, and Bronson Reed, suddenly looked vulnerable against this reimagined Shield. Rollins, the man who had once betrayed the Shield, now found himself the hunted, caught in a united front that promised no mercy. The arena's atmosphere crackled with tension as Roman didn't even lay a finger on Heyman. Instead, with a cold stare, he pointed directly at him and uttered chilling words. "Your time is coming." Bloodline watch. Silent observers. Backstage, the tension was equally thick. Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu, stalwarts of the Bloodline faction, watched the carnage unfold on monitors, their expressions unreadable. This wasn't just a simple return. It was a seismic shift with deep implications for WWE's power dynamics. The question burning on everyone's lips: who exactly are Roman's new Shield brothers? And what does this mean for the factions currently ruling WWE's chaotic landscape? Reigniting the war. The battle lines are drawn. Roman Reigns didn't just return to WWE tonight. He rewrote the rules of engagement. With the unveiling of his new Shield faction, a warning has been sent loud and clear. Seth Rollins stands on the edge of an onslaught he's ill-prepared to face, and Paul Heyman's plans are already unraveling. Will Rollins survive this brutal reckoning? Can Heyman regroup and counterattack? And what does this mean for Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, and the Bloodline's own fragile alliance? The war has begun. What's next for WWE? As the dust settles, one thing is crystal clear. WWE is on the brink of a new era defined by chaos, vengeance, and betrayal. The Shield's revenge tour has just begun, and SummerSlam promises to be the battleground where loyalties are tested and legacies forged. Roman Reigns and his mysterious Shield brothers are here to reclaim their throne and settle every score. The WWE Universe can't afford to look away. This war will shake the foundation of the company like never before. Call to action. Join the revolution. Who do you think will come out on top? Can Seth Rollins withstand this fierce assault, or will Roman's new faction crush everything in their path? Will Paul Heyman's faction crumble under the pressure? Sound off in the comments below. Don't miss a second of this epic saga. Smash that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications because the war is only just getting started. The Shield's revenge has arrived, as